What's up guys, we're back with another episode of British Guy Reacts, the place where we give honest reactions, not overreactions. Today, looking at the most beautiful and respectful moments in sports ever. I'm hoping this video gives some context to the events. But yeah, somebody did recommend this in the comments, so here I am checking it out. If there's any videos you want me to look at, let me know down in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and I'll get round to checking them out. Let's get straight into this video.
For some athletes, winning is everything, but for others, the most important thing is to remain human, even if you've been striving to be the best your whole life. Today, we're gonna show you the greatest moments of respect in sports that'll make you see the brutal world of sports a little differently. But before the game starts, subscribe and hit the bell. After losing a match, this wrestler burst into tears and it broke her opponent's heart.
Losing her mom, certainly, you know that Helen knows.
I always feel like martial arts give a massive respect to each other, don't they?
She had just lost her mother and was saying, "I'm sorry, Mom," for her defeat on the mat. Security stopped this kid right before his dreams came true. But watch as the soccer player rushes to the boy's defense.
Pulisic, good guy. I know Ronaldo's done this a few times as well.
Isaac Marquez had always dreamed of becoming a real fighter, and when UFC fighter Diego Sanchez found out, he set up a real fight for Isaac with a real victory.
No way, I never knew about this. I'm a big UFC fan. Diego Sanchez is a chaotic guy as well. He's a crazy, crazy guy in a good way. This is great. Oh, he's oh, you know what? You got him in an arm triangle. That's cool.
This rider's motorcycle broke down in the middle of the track, and he had no choice but to ask his opponents for a ride. And suddenly, one of them stopped.
I've seen this in F1 a couple of times as well. A while ago though.
Even with a salary of 30 million euros a year, Ronaldo hasn't lost his humanity and helps an injured opponent off the field. After suffering...
This is good sportsmanship, but you know what this also is, right? Portugal are losing here 2-1. There's 20 minutes left in the game, there's a guy injured. Ronaldo's just trying to get him off the pitch so he can turn this game around. He's being nice as well, but you know, he's also got that competitive aspect there. So it says the Russian World Cup.
After suffering a defeat, this wrestler couldn't even stand up on his own. But then his opponent does this for him. This young man dreamed of playing soccer, but he never could have imagined he'd play one-on-one with the legendary Xavi.
Xavi, not Javi.
Yes! Very good, my friend. Fantastic, eh? Very good.
This runner had no chances of winning after suffering an injury, but he
Jame's
continued
gone.
to soldier on. His father couldn't stand to see his son in such pain and rushed to his aid despite the rules.
That's tough. Oh, the dad's looking young, you know. He doesn't look that much
Justin
older
Gatlin
than
had always dreamed of doing the impossible and beating the legendary Usain Bolt. And when he finally succeeded, his reaction speaks for itself.
And Usain Bolt in his final individual race runs 9.95 seconds for bronze.
A fan becomes hysterical at the sight of her idol, Ronaldo, so he tries to calm her down. Rick Hoyt's son
See, that's cute and everything, right? I've never really understood it when people get that invested in famous people. I'm a massive football fan. Ronaldo's one of my biggest heroes. If I saw him, I would be in shock. I'd be nervous. I can't ever imagine breaking down at seeing another person, because they're just still people, aren't they, at the end of the day?
Son dreamt of competing in a triathlon, but everyone thought it was impossible because of his cerebral palsy. But Rick didn't care. He made his son's dream come
No
true by
way.
literally carrying him throughout the race.
That's crazy, you know. Yo, respect to that guy. That's must be so hard.
A runner was just a few steps away from the finish line when his body stopped obeying him.
As ran there by the man that I said.
It was the perfect opportunity for his competitors, but not everyone took advantage of it.
And now,
Oh, this is lovely.
wonderful.
This is what sports
Good
should be
lad.
all about. This is trying to be up.
Keep him
Oh,
on.
that's the civil Cheprot, I think.
Keep him away.
That's Cheprot called carry him.
Now the medics are here, but
They should please not rush there. They should.
This young fan wanted to get a photo with Messi, but the security guards wouldn't let him pass. But Messi saw the crying boy and couldn't just walk past.
Lágrimas estalló, en lágrimas, más mesianos que Messi. Y no le preguntan a Messi si quiere sacarse la foto, si quiere firmar el autógrafo. Ahí está el nene. Mirá.
After a collision, Sebastian Vettel stalled out in the middle of the track.
Is that possible? Stroll is not looking where he's.
But to everyone's surprise, Pascal Wehrlein decided to help him off.
The
He's
Germans
real
helping each
winner.
other out.
For this racer, no race matters when there's a woman in need.
And that, guys, is How I Met Your Mother. It's one of them.
A 5,000-meter race turned out to be too much for one runner, so his opponent brought him to the finish line.
A huge ovation for this massive have finished the 5,000 meters.
Winning doesn't matter when it comes to dignity. This young fan ran onto the field to meet his idol, and instead of asking security to take the kid out, Neymar hugged him and told security to back off.
See, Neymar, Messi, and
And
Ronaldo
then he even went a step further.
all have young kids of their own as well, so they know, you know.
This exhausted athlete nearly
I
fell
remember
just
this.
before the finish line and was ready
Brothers.
to give up, but his brother wouldn't let that happen.
along. And Alistair is
He helped him finish in second place.
Pushed him first as well. Top guy.
second. Johnny finishing.
This team lost one of its members, and now he's scoring his final goal before he leaves forever.
Imagine if the keeper saved it, though.
Chase Elliott won his first NASCAR race, but ran out of gas and couldn't even make it to the podium. And then Jimmy Johnson decided to give him a push.
I know Jimmy Johnson.
Coming at the hands of Chase Elliott.
This doesn't surprise me, because NASCAR do this anyway during the race. They push each
All
other.
this 12-year-old boy wanted was to wrestle in a real match, but his paralysis meant he had no chance of winning. Now look at what his opponent did.
Ordinary wrestling match between two 7th graders, with one boy defeating the other. But on this day, both of these 12-year-old victors, and to call this extraordinary doesn't even begin to describe these guys' parts. Courage and character and a remarkable.
With
That's a
just
good
18
kid.
meters to go, this runner began to collapse from exhaustion, something our opponents could have taken advantage of, but they didn't.
So she can finish the race. That's what the sport is on. Our own position to help another athlete finish what they started, and that's the true sportsmanship.
This cameraman accidentally almost broke
I remember
Usain
this.
Bolt's $32 million legs. He could have had to answer for it in court, but instead, they became friends. When an ambulance stalled right in the middle of the field, opponents from both sides teamed up to save a life. Even the fastest person in the world knows that sometimes you just have to slow down and make others happy. This boy's gonna wear that hat all year round. This teen was given a foul ball, but after a few seconds, gave it away without hesitation to a random small kid. What a kind thing to do. When you referee a match with your beloved one, you can cheer each other up in a very touching way.
Oh.
Instead of basking in the audience's applause after winning his fight, McGregor decided to support his opponent.
I remember this fight as well. This was the shoulders, weren't it? Where he was just going crazy with the shoulder strikes.
Example that winning isn't about titles.
I was in Vietnam watching this.
Ronaldo accidentally hit a fan right in the face with the ball. To make up for it, the soccer player decided to give him a special gift.
А вот он подарил футболку этому человеку, которому разбил нос. Красивый жест, правда?
This athlete's pole broke during her vault.
Jesus.
But she didn't have a spare pole for a second attempt, so her opponent decided to share hers.
Really fortunately, the chat, what's going on down there?
Essentially an international club. And she's over.
This fighter could have just finished off his opponent, but his respect for him was much stronger than his thirst for victory. One athlete had the misfortune of falling just before the finish line, but she didn't give up and finished the race on one leg. Other athletes immediately ran over to check if she was okay. This volleyball player took a spike directly to the face and was ready to burst into tears, but her teammates and coach reacted immediately and didn't let her give up.
This one's not that deep though, is it? You just got hit in the face with a ball.
All these racers gathered for one thing, to honor the memory of a colleague who would never be able to ride with them on the same track again. For Neymar, these are just cleats, but for one of his fans, they are the greatest gift ever. Look, now he's being interviewed like a real star. During a charity rugby league match, a 4-year-old kid ran onto the field hoping to get a closer look at his idols, but he never expected to become part of the team.
Someone sped
This
him
ball
up there.
boy always wanted a photo with his favorite soccer player, but instead went down in history as part of the team, all thanks to Ronaldo's kindness. That's all the greatest moments of respect in sports we have for you today.
They were nice, they were heartwarming. Sport is about sportsmanship as well, right? Everyone wants to win, but it's good to be nice. If you did enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know down in the comments what your favourite sporting moment is, or act of kindness if it wasn't in this video. And also give me some ideas of what to react to next. But for now, take it easy. Peace.